Good morning, everybody. Michaela Festa checking in. Today is hopefully my last day in the hospital. My blood counts, or my blood work just went back, so hoping for high counts today. Yesterday, the counts were a little bit lower than what they were wanting, so they want me to be a 1. I don't fully understand what the numbers are for, but again, this is why they are the professionals. So they want me to be at a 1, and yesterday morning I was at a 0.02, and by the afternoon I was only at a 0.03. So yeah, it is better to be safe than sorry. I mean, it sucked because I was really hoping to get out of here yesterday, but if it means that I'm going to be better when I get out of here, hopefully today, then I'll deal with it. So yeah, it kind of really sucks. I was bummed. I was so excited to get out of here, but you know, they know what they're doing, so trying to think of, so I am going to create a list of things that I've learned while I was in the hospital. Fun fact is that they have these like wet wipes, but they are not flushable, which is a little weird. So if you are a wet wipe person, make sure you bring your own and make sure they are the flushable kind, because the ones here you cannot flush. And then also bring your own toothbrush, because the one that's here is not good. The bristles kept breaking off and the plastic was like super thin and cheap feeling. And then the toothpaste was okay, but it's not as good as the normal Crest or like Colgate or anything. It's like some brand I've never even heard of, and it's silver and it says Fresh Mint. And I mean, like I said, it's okay, but it's not like getting the feeling like you're brushing your teeth at home. And also bring a loofah. Yes, because if you don't, then all you have are washcloths if you're a loofah person, and I'm a loofah person, so that's helped a lot. And then also they do have this soap that they have me use that I have to use to make sure, I don't know, there's some stuff in it that makes sure that you're like extra clean and germs aren't a problem or anything like that, but you can bring your own soap. So that's something that I did not do because I thought that I would only be allowed to use the soap that they had. So but you can bring your own soap as long as you use the other soap that they have for you afterwards. Those are just a couple of personal tidbits that I've learned over time and hopefully can help somebody that's staying in a hospital for a little bit longer. I was actually talking to a nurse about it this morning, and she's like, you know, you would think that we would be able to afford like nicer toothbrushes, or like nicer toilet paper, but yeah, you just kind of deal with it. Again, I am feeling good. We think that my counts were low yesterday because the night before I was so excited that I was going to be discharged possibly that I got maybe 4 hours of sleep, and it was very sporadic. Like an hour here, an hour there, an hour over there. I mean, so it was even to the point of when I went to do my walking, I almost couldn't even do 1 lap. And you guys saw like all my other videos that I ain't got time to waste, and I truck it as fast as I can. And that day I almost couldn't make it to the end. It was crazy. So fatigue takes so much out of a person, it's crazy. So I just have to make sure that I get my amount of sleep that I'm supposed to get. But last night I know that I got a full solid hours at least. And then yesterday, I did take an 1.5-hour nap, so I think I'm going to count that. I'm going to say I got 8 hours of sleep. But, and the reason that I know exactly how many hours I've gotten is that I go to sleep to, like, white noise, because if I don't, then I like don't go to sleep. So I'm one of those people that in the middle of winter, I have the fan going only for that humming noise, because the silence is like screaming at me and I can't handle it. But in here, you have to listen to the machines buzz or listen to people in the hallway. Or what's really fun about these beds is that they have like air pressure that goes through, and it is to prevent like bed sores, and it helps to improve like blood circulation and stuff for people that are like staying in the bed for long. So it makes this like vibrating noise every time it does it, and it does it on its own. So that's one thing that I am like excited to not have to deal with anymore, is having the bed literally move underneath you. But yeah, I'm waiting. I completely forgot to ask the nurse to hand me the phone, but I am gonna hopefully order my last round of French toast this morning for breakfast, and then hopefully my numbers come back. She said she will let me know as soon as possible. So, and when they pulled them yesterday, it didn't take too long, so I'm hoping that I'll get good news soon. And if anything, hopefully later this morning, be able to get out of here. We do have the hotel here until about Friday, but I honestly don't care to stay in a hotel for the next day, as long as I'm out of here, because I'm starting to go stir crazy. I'm getting bored, and thank God my dad showed up and helped me with like Jeremy and him went to Best Buy and got a Fire Stick and did a couple of things to it, and it's been a lifesaver. I mean, I've been able to watch movies and be connected to Netflix and not have to worry about using my laptop or anything like that, and it's all connected to the TV. So it's been, like I said, a lifesaver. And I have her name is Julie. She had this done a year ago, and I have her to thank for that, because she said that that was the one thing that really helped her get through her stay, and I don't think that I would have asked for it if she wouldn't have said that. So thank you so much, Julie. It helps so much. And also another thing that I've learned in the hospital is that it's very easy to blow through a whole season of something in a matter of 2 days, because you ain't got nothing better to do, so you're just sitting here watching stuff. I was watching Grace and Frankie on Netflix, which if you have not watched that, please do, because it is like the funniest show ever. It's about like 70-year-olds, and all of a sudden this couple or these two couples, the husband side of the couples, decide that they're like gay for each other, and they both leave their wives, and like, you have to watch it. It's awesome, because the two girls, it's Jane Fonda and what's her name, Lily Tomlin, or I can't remember her last name, but they are so funny. But I did finish that one, and then I was talking with the nurses a lot, and I started watching this other one called You. That one is trippy. It makes you kind of paranoid, because it's about a guy that really stalks this girl. But then like they really get into a relationship, and I don't know, I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to like give it all away for you guys if you decide to start watching it. But those have been lifesavers, and now I'm starting to watch the thing called Working Moms, and it's good so far. It's very blunt and interesting, to say the least. Anyways, enough about my Netflix shows. So when I get home, there are a lot of things that we have to do, and not fix, but make sure that we switch out and stuff. I was actually just making a list earlier. So like making sure that like our bed sheets are changed, and how now that we have like new towels in the bathroom, and a new loofah put into the shower for me. And then like I have to wash all of my makeup brushes out really good. And I am a beauty blender person, so I just bought some more beauty blenders because they don't want me to use old makeup or old makeup applicators, and those beauty blenders hold a good amount of makeup in them, so I don't want to chance anything. But one of the doctors came in yesterday and went over the discharge paperwork with me and Jeremy, and there's a lot of stuff that I'm not going to be able to do, but it's all going to be worth it in the end. So like changing the cat litter, can't do that for 6 months, which kind of sucks because we have 2 cats and can't really put your cats outside. So thankfully my mother-in-laws are gonna come and do it for us, because Jeremy, when he was little, he had cat scratch fever, so he cannot change the cat litter either, so we're just kind of stuck. And then for at least 3 months I can't go swimming in a lake, but it's convenient because by that time it'll be summer, so kind of excited about that. They said that I can go swimming in like personal pools, like not public pools, so if somebody has a pool in their backyard and I know that they clean it good enough, then I can go swimming in that. And then I can't get a tattoo for a whole year, which makes sense, a tattoo or a piercing. But I've decided that on my 1-year anniversary, I'm gonna get another tattoo that I've been brewing up in my brain, so I'm excited about it. And it sucks that I have to wait a little bit longer, but it'll be all worth it, and it'll be all emotional and everything, so I'm excited. There aren't any new piercings that I think of getting, so I think I'm good in that department. And my ears are already pierced, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm trying to think of what other crazy things. I have to avoid like large crowds for probably closer to 6 months. So they said that I can go like shopping and go to the movies and stuff like that, but try to go at lesser congested times. So like weeknights, not go on weekends, maybe going during the day, which honestly Jeremy and I are so cheap, we do the matinee times anyways, because I would much rather spend $5 on a movie versus however much, $15 or however much they spend. But with the fun stuff that we did with the Fire Stick, it is quite possible that we might not even have to go to the movies at all. So and then they said like with shopping and stuff, of course, like the non-super congested time, so not going on the weekends and all that kind of stuff. And then I have to avoid sick people for, I can't remember if they said 3 or 6 months, but I'm just going to be a little cautious, only because I don't want to risk anything whatsoever. So if I have to go somewhere where it's super congested, it's quite possible that I might wear a mask or something, or I don't know. We'll see when we get there. I think those are like the really big things. Oh, they don't want me to get my flu shot for at least 6 months, but flu season is going to be over, so I'm not too worried about that. And fun fact that I learned about that is that the flu shot, well, according to a lot of people, they think that the flu shot actually makes them sick, and it does not. It is not a live virus that is put into your body, as many people think. I had a really long discussion with one of the nurses about it, and she's very, very passionate about it. She said that it's like imitated symptoms of that strand of the flu, So your body recognizes it, and thinks that you already had it. But she said that it drives her extremely bonkers when people say the flu shot got them sick, because it did not. So that was kind of interesting to find out. Yeah, and then they don't want me to have like surgeries that I can decide to take, or to have, or to not have, or something like that. So they were like, if you're in like the emergency room, then yeah. But, and then like blood transfusions, I can't have those for a while. I don't know, I can't remember off the top of my head the full time, but they were like, but I mean, if you're in the emergency room and you're like dying and you need blood, and of course get the blood. But I mean, all of the things that they have on the list, and I'm glad that they gave me 2 different packets, and she wrote on one, because there's some like medications and stuff that I take right when I get out of here, and I have to take some for like 3 months, some for 6 months, and some for up to a year. And then there's one that like I don't start until told to do so, and she wrote that into my packet because she realized that it wasn't in the thing, and I have to know, and if it says it, then I follow it. If it doesn't, then I question it. Or if anything, I told her that it was good that she said that, because I would have just started taking it, because it's on the list of all my medications. I'll be taking like anti-fungal medication, antibacterial, or I'm blanking on the word. I can't remember, but I'll be taking one medicine for like a full year, which is crazy, but again, they know what they're talking about. So I'm trying to think. A lot has happened since my last video, and I've been I was kind of down in the dumps a little bit yesterday because I wanted to get out of here, so I'm hoping that it's going to happen today. When I couldn't sleep, not last night but the night before, I started doing wig research, and started figuring out like how to dye a wig, how to wash a wig, how to, you know, do all those things. So people typically, like, it's been something that I've had to really kind of explain to Jeremy, because he's like, why do you have to get all that stuff? Like, it's fine. And I'm like, what you don't understand is, as a woman, like, your hair is a really big thing, so we have to learn to play up either other aspects or find an alternative or something like that. So there's like a whole bunch of stuff that has to do with dyeing the wig. Well, not too much, but like you have to get like a clamp for the mannequin head, so the mannequin head doesn't fall off when you're dyeing the wig and everything. But yeah, he's like, I don't get why you need to get all that stuff. And I was like, I don't think you ever will, but just know that I need it, you know. He's like, well, I really don't know how much you're actually gonna wear a wig. And I'm like, you know, I don't know either, but I would like to have it and not need it, instead of want it and not have it. So that's the same thing with my new walker. I decided to name her Winona, for Winona Ryder. My other cane I named Karen, only because there's that funny meme that's going around the internet when things go wrong, and I say that she like jumps out at people. And one time she like fell, and I said, gosh, Karen, and then I was like, oh, well, that's her name. So then this one, the brand is Driver, and I was like, well, I wanna, because Karen the cane and stick with something with W, and then I like thought of Winona Ryder, so it's like Winona the Walker. So just got fun little names for my helpers. As much as I don't like having to use a walker at 24, she has come in handy with getting up to go to the bathroom. She just makes me feel more sturdy and stable right now, so she's not something that I'll have to use at all times, but maybe for like long distances or anything like that. But I'll definitely have to like dazzle her up because she is very plain. And if you guys saw my cane, it's like this really bright teal color, and I love like extra stuff, so maybe I'll like wrap it, or I don't know if I'll go as far as bedazzling it because that might be too much for me, but I definitely got to do something for her because she's a little boring. Let's see. Oh, last night for dinner I had chicken noodle soup and mashed potatoes with gravy. I thought that I should have some more of like a home cooked meal type feel to help me sleep. And I was able to go to sleep on my own, but then I woke up and I was wide awake. So they were able to help me go back to sleep with Ativan, and it's supposed to help with like nausea and stuff, but for different people it helps with different things. So the effect that it has on me, it helps with the nausea, but if anything, it really just helps me sleep. But some people use it for their anxiety, some people use it to help focus. I mean, it's like a drug of all trades. It's crazy. Yeah, because I like to only use that at nights when I can't sleep, because if I get it during the day, good night. It's the same thing with Benadryl. I had to get Benadryl every single time I had like a blood transfusion or when I got my platelets or anything like that, and I always, it's never failed that I had to take a nap. Benadryl has always done that to me. Because when I was little, I used to get hives like really bad from head to toe. To where like the hives would be on the bottoms of my feet, and I would have to dangle my feet off the edge of the bed because it hurt to have them on the bed. It was crazy. So I slept a lot when I was a kid because I always had Benadryl pumping through me. But I am thankful that that stage is over, because those were never fun, because I would get them on my face. And I remember one time in like elementary school, I had like this really big one that showed up on my cheek, and everybody was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, "I don't know." I'm like allergic to like everything, so like Febreze, I still get hives from that, so that's something that we can't have in the house. And then like freshly cut grass, I could not walk through that barefoot. Or even sometimes it bothers me if I can smell it, which really sucks because I do kind of enjoy the smell of freshly cut grass, but if I feel bad about it after I do it, maybe it's not worth it. But I feel like as I grew into an adult, I started getting like the normal allergies where you get like the nasally nose and eyes, you know, whatever, all of that fun stuff that comes with allergies. I keep going on these crazy tangents, but I'm just, like I said, going stir crazy. And I think that Jeremy counted all of the ceiling tiles in the room yesterday and found that there's 27 of them. So I think that he is going stir crazy as well. We're just ready to get out of here and get home and see our cats. I miss those guys. I try not to think about them too much, because if I do, then I get sad. Because I love them. Even though they're little pains in the butts, but I got them for a reason. Oh, and that's another thing too. I cannot introduce a new pet into the home for at least a year, which, not that we were thinking about getting any pets, but it's interesting. I mean, it does kind of make sense though, because animals do carry different types of bacteria and stuff, and that's why they don't want me to change the litter, because they don't want me to handle anything that they possibly, you know, whatever. And then, oh, and then they also don't want me to take the trash out, which I never really did anyways. We kind of had the system, if the trash was full, then I would take the trash out of the bag and put it by the door, and Jeremy would end up taking it down to the dumpster because the stairs was a lot for me. So I think if anything now, he just has to do it all. Which I know he will. He won't have a problem with it. It is so funny when the nurses find out that Jeremy and I have been together since our freshman year of high school, because they're like, oh my god, that is so cute, and you have a good one, and I'm like, yeah, I think I like him. And I remember at the wedding, you can't joke with like older people, and I'm a smartass. I can't help it. My sassiness comes out at certain times, and I sometimes never really know when she's gonna show her face. But at the wedding, people are like, oh, congratulations, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I think I like him. And they're like, what? And I'm like, no, I love him. I just married him. Yes, I love him. Yeah, and I joke around with people and say that, yeah, I think I'll keep him. But I know that I did get extremely lucky, because I get told that every day, and I see how thoughtful he is with everything he does. As much as he drives me crazy. Oh my gosh, does he drive me crazy. He's like one of my kids sometimes. But it's okay. I'll deal with it, because he's worth it. I'm trying not to get all emotional. Yeah, I do think I love him. Whew. Okay, let's get on another subject, because if we keep doing that, you guys are gonna see me ugly cry, and I don't want to do that. Actually, I think this video might have been long enough, so I think that I'm gonna get off. And I think that I should be getting my counts back soon, so don't want to be rudely interrupted by the nurses coming in and telling me that I get to go home, so I'm excited about that. So hopefully next time you guys hear from me or see from the page, that I will be breaking out of here and starting to get going. So I appreciate, again, like I say in every single video, all of the love and support. It has been awesome. And I love that everybody has been tagging me in Selma Blair, like her doing her red carpet appearance with her cane, because she just recently came out in October of 2017 that she has MS, and that was such a big thing for her to do. And it is like amazing that people have been thinking, you know, to tag me in it, because that's the exact amount of awareness that I was trying to go for, so I'm really excited about that. And she looks phenomenal. But if you guys watch the interview, it does show you the difference that MS can do on different types of patients. So like hers is the progressive form, which unfortunately the study doesn't do, and it affected her voice box, so getting certain words out, you guys will just have to watch the interview, but it's really interesting to see the difference in different patients and know that it affects everybody differently. So But yeah, now I am going to get off because if I don't, then I'm going to keep going on a tangent. I love you all very much. Thank you all so much for the continued support, and let's just keep on keeping on.